Let me begin by talking a little bit about the gentleman who made all this possible. Joseph J. Plumeri II. Joe. He's touched the lives of so many here at William & Mary, particularly through his service and philanthropy, with terms on 4 major boards here at the college: the Board of Visitors, the William & Mary Foundation Board, the Alumni Association Board, and the Business School Board. By serving on all 4 boards, he literally has completed the Plumeri Slam for service to the college. It'll be remembered. He's inspired and entertained graduating students and their families with his oratory and showmanship during his commencement speech in 2011, which was hailed by the New York Times as one of the best addresses of the year and by the National Public Radio as being one of the best commencement speeches ever. Joe has recognized and rewarded superb teaching and research through the Plumeri Faculty Excellence Awards, annually providing study grants to 20 distinguished faculty members. He has renovated and refurbished the Plumeri House to provide a comfortable residential setting for visiting dignitaries to the college. During its 24-year run, the Plumeri William & Mary Pro-Am contributed hundreds of thousands of dollars to our Olympic sports programs for scholarships. His vision for tribe baseball gave us Plumeri Park, which dramatically elevated our level of competitiveness and the profile of the program. In recognition for the depth and breadth of Joe's relationship with William & Mary, he received the Alumni Medallion in 1996. He was honored in 2005 with the School of Business Board Medallion. And in 2011, in conjunction with his commencement speech, he was an honorary degree recipient, a doctorate of public service. Today, the Tribe Baseball family will dedicate and celebrate Joe's most recent gift to Tribe Baseball, the Plumeri Park practice facility. On behalf, Joe, of all the student athletes, coaches, and staff of William & Mary Athletics who have benefited from your support over the years, I want to thank you for your vision, for your passion, for your leadership, and generosity. Without you, we would not be here today. And now I'd like to have Brian Murphy, head baseball coach, come up and with a few remarks.
Good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of our coaching staff, team, alumni, and fans, I want to thank you all for being here on this tremendously exciting day for Tribe Baseball. The Plumeri Park practice facility has been a great development and source of pride for all of us involved with William & Mary Baseball. I certainly don't hesitate to say that no baseball program in America improved their indoor practice space more from 2015 to 2016 than William & Mary did. So. For our student athletes, this practice space has had a very positive impact on their baseball experience. There have been many days this season where we have accomplished more in an hour in this facility than we would have in 3 hours outside. And as we all know, baseball at its core is a repetition-based game. Okay, the work they get in here will benefit us greatly out there. So we've been tremendously improved. This has been a transformative gift for us, and we're really excited to have it online. It's helped us more than any of you could ever imagine. It helps me sleep when it rains at night. It's also, in addition to its functional value, the practice facility improves the energy around Tribe Baseball. Each opposing team who has seen it has commented on how well it's tied in with the overall look of Plumeri Park and how well done it was. We look forward to showing future generations of student athletes this facility as a live example of the commitment to baseball here at William & Mary and the development opportunities that will be in front of them during their time on campus. It's a gift that will impact many generations of baseball players here at William & Mary. Mr. Plumeri, We are humbled by your support of Tribe Baseball. None of this that you see here would be possible without you, and we are, incredibly grateful. I know you speak often about leaving a place better than you found it, and I think, we can all, everybody that wears a uniform now and in the future, can certainly, testify that you certainly did here. So we're tremendously grateful. A sincere thank you from each and every one of us.
Now, as unaccustomed as he is to speaking, I'd like to ask Joe to come up and say a few words, if he's willing. Mr. Joe Plumeri.
That's good. How you doing? This is cool. This is the first time I ever gave money to something I never saw before. Matter of fact, I've never been inside. Am I going to get a tour?
Well, if you're nice.
If I'm nice. This is really good looking. You guys like this? You use it a lot? This is really cool. I'm happy to do this, and I'm proud to be here today to see this facility, to be with all of you, for all you guys to enjoy this, to think back at when you played here. You played in a great facility. I just want, a lot of times, people come to a facility like this, and it's named after somebody. And most of the time, you never know who that person was. You go to school and buildings, and you never know who these people were that they named after the building. This building was really, in this field, was really not named for me. It was named for my family, and you need to know a little bit about me and baseball and what this is all about. My grandfather immigrated from Sicily in 1927. Thank you. Pretty good, huh? Yeah. Good. That's great. There should be more of us. In 1927, when he immigrated from Italy, he asked people, what's the best way to become an American? And they told him that you got to get involved with baseball because it's a great American pastime. And he spoke broken English, and he was about 5'5", didn't know anybody, but he had heart and he had guts, and he's the kind of people that made this country. So he decided that he was going to do something special and get involved in baseball. And he borrowed for 2 hours 10 $100 bills. And he went to Yankee Stadium. In 1927, that was the year that Babe Ruth hit 60 home runs. And he went outside of Yankee Stadium with 10 $100 bills waiting for Babe Ruth to come out of the clubhouse. And he stood there in a way so that everybody could see that he had 10 $100 bills. In 1927, that was a lot of money. And he was prominently showing Babe Ruth to get his attention the 10 $100 bills. And Babe said to my grandfather, who spoke broken English, "What's that?" And my grandfather said to him, "Are you coming with me? And I give you the money." He said, "To do what?" And in those days, they barnstormed, which meant that they went from town to town to play ball for people. And that was the year that Babe Ruth hit 60 home runs, and he did. And I wrote a book, and in that book, you see a picture of my grandfather with Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig, and he had convinced Lou Gehrig to play that day in Trenton, the town that I come from, all because of a little Italian man who could hardly speak English because he wanted to become an American. And the best way he knew to do that was to hang out with Babe Ruth. He later owned the Trenton Ball Club that was an affiliate of the Trenton Giants. And sure enough, in 1950, another great ball player played for my grandfather. His name was Willie Mays. 22 years ago, my father had a dream, And my father's dream was to have a baseball team come to Trenton, New Jersey, because it would rejuvenate the city. I thought he was crazy. He wanted to do it in honor of my grandfather, and he wanted to do it to rejuvenate the city. 21 years later, that team's called the Trenton Thunder. It's the minor league affiliate, AA, of the New York Yankees. I love the pinstripes, by the way. My father was 80 years old when he had that idea, but it was something he had in his mind because he wanted to rejuvenate the city and also recall the grandeur of what my grandfather believed baseball meant. This is more than a game. There's lots of sports that we play in this country, but none has the internal culture that baseball breeds. There's not a day that goes by that somebody said, I struck out. There isn't a day that goes by when somebody says, I hit a home run. There isn't a day that goes by that somebody says, I hit a grand slam. It's part of our culture. It's part of what America's all about. It's part of my family. It's part of what I love I could do for all of you. This is emotional for me. This is not a ballpark. This is about my family. This is about my culture. This is because my family loved America, and this is what this sport's about. A couple of days ago, and some of you have sent me letters over the years, ball players have sent me letters, which I really appreciate. But a couple of days ago, I got this letter. Once in a while I get them. It's from Brandon Harris, who played here and then went on to play with the Twins. This is the epitome of why I do this. I do this because you not only play baseball, but more importantly, you got a long life ahead of you. And baseball is not going to be what you play all the time. You're going to have to use the talent that you got here intellectually to be able to live your life and to grow it for you and your family. Brandon wrote me a letter. It's too lengthy to read, but he basically said to me, you know, I've been remiss that all these years I haven't thanked you. He said, I played in the first game that we dedicated Plumeri Park, and it was against Penn State, by the way, and we beat them 16-10. And by the way, when you dedicate something, you're not supposed to lose, so you got another game. Don't embarrass me. You got to win the next one. The first one, that was good. It's the next one you got to win. And I told the team that day, I said, now we do this Greek dedication, don't lose. He played shortstop that day. He went on to play with the Twins, and he wrote a wonderful letter of how much this ballpark meant to him, how much William and Mary meant to him. And he sent me a picture of him and Derek Jeter. The last game he played at the old Yankee Stadium, and he wanted me to have it. And it was signed by him and obviously Derek Jeter, who's a friend of mine. And I appreciate this so much. And he also gave me a ball, which was the ball that they used that day when the Yankees played the Twins the last time at the old Yankee Stadium. And he thought I should have this ball. He said, you know, I've been looking at this ball in my study all these years. He said, you know, you should have this ball. And I cried. I cried because of the appreciation. I cried because of the memory. I cried because that's what this country's all about. This country's not about handouts, it's about opportunities. You give somebody an opportunity like I had, you do well, and you make sure what you do well, you pass it on so somebody else could do well. That's the secret sauce. That's the way it works. So today, you're looking at the secret sauce. Somebody gave me a shot. This school gave me a shot. I was an Italian kid, 1962. I was it, man. I was diversity. You're looking at diversity. There was nobody from New Jersey that talked like this. I remember calling my father. I said, Dad, I don't think I belong here. And those were the days where you didn't fight with your father. You came, I stayed, and I'm glad I did. and I'm glad that all of this has happened. From the bottom of my heart, I know you thank me for this, but I actually thank you. I thank all of you for giving me the opportunity to be able to give back. I thank this school for what it did for me, to give me the opportunity to be able to compete in society. This school gave me the ability to compete. I played ball. I played ball on the field. It wasn't like this. It was behind the football field. And all this happened because I went to a football game, and the tailgate party was at halftime on the mound. I said, what the hell is this about? I said, we can't have this. That was the genesis. Tim remembers that. I called him. I said, Tim, Tim's my classmate when he was here, and obviously became president when this was built. And that was the day that this all began. So that's the story. When you see that monument of my father, it's a replica of the monuments in Yankee Stadium, down to the letter. I wanted you all to know when you come on this field, there's a history to it. There are people behind this. There are reasons why you're allowed to play, and that there's a great deal of emotion and sensitivity about who you are and what this college is about. I thank all of you for coming today. I thank you for giving me the opportunity. God bless America. God bless this college. Thank you.
Susan, could you join us here? We have Joe. We have just a couple of keepsakes. Gentlemen, baseball team. The flowers are for you, Joe.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. This is nice. That's not for me.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thanks so much. Thank you. Thank you.
And one more remembrance for today.
Wow, that's cool. That's what inside looks like. Wow.